What's good, people? It's the Rap Roundtable here. Your boy Jarv, Cinsere Rap Snob, Diddy the Balance, the homie Mace. We just need y'all to like, share, and subscribe when you tap into the videos. We're trying to reach 5,000 subs and eventually 10K subs. And with your help, we could definitely do that. Especially people who watch the videos and don't sub. You watching, we appreciate it. But the subs help us run it up even more. For our people who are already sub, make sure you hit that bell right next to the subscribe option. Pick all. When you pick all, it allows us to feed you what you need to get from us immediately. If you don't hit all, you'll get it when YouTube decides to give it to you. But if you hit all, you get the streams, you get the community posts, you get our regular uploads, you get everything. Hit all, help us run these numbers up, 5K, 10K, build a Rap Roundtable brand. Tap in with us. Peace.
The Rap Roundtable.
Yes, sir. The Rap Roundtable returns for episode 55. Double nickel. Me and Sin on the same time.
Synergy.
Salud, Sin off the rip.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I love it.
Rap Roundtable's in the building. You know, we see the hate mail. We see the love. And we in the building to give a little hate mail and a little love ourselves today.
Yes, sir.
I might cause some trouble today.
Don't hurt nobody. What's new?
I think Mace might cause some trouble today.
Maybe a little bit.
I come in peace.
Sin is gonna scoff. D needs the balance. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
It's your boy Jarv here alongside Cinsere Rap Snob.
What up, what up?
Alongside Dini the Balance.
May the force be with you.
Alongside the homie Mace.
What up, gang?
You can find a Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Cash App. RoundtableMerch.com is on the way.
Still on the way.
Super chats are appreciated. As for the merch, we made some headway with our designer. Things are legitimately in motion. Within the next, I would say, 3 or 4 weeks, the site will be accessible to you guys who've been asking for the merch. And make sure y'all run it up. We appreciate the support.
That's love too, man. It's not like we just said, you know, we got some merch coming and got ignored. Like y'all really fucking with the idea. Y'all fucking with what y'all see. It's love, man. Appreciate that.
We're gonna have that out soon, man. For sure. For sure.
And as always,
we are tonight's entertainment.
So the homie Cinsere sent me a text message earlier this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
He was like, you know what, Jarv? I know we run our sets. We run our office. We usually have a play we run to start every game. But he said he wanted to break the triangle. He needed a quick ISO.
Quick ISO.
On the left elbow, the left wing. We all gonna be on the 3-point line adjacent.
Yeah.
Clear out for Cinsere.
Just real quick, it's a short time frame for this particular episode, so I don't want to take up too much time from the game plan. But I just wanted to show some love and support for Redman, and I want to give a shout out to his debut album called Whut the Album. Right? If y'all on the younger side of things and you're not familiar, do the knowledge, go back to 92. It's about to make 30 years on September 22nd. I wore the shirt in commemoration. I've told this story numerous times at this rap table, but in case y'all rap roundtable, but in case y'all new to us, this is the album that set everything off for me. As a fan of hip hop, as an appreciator of hip hop, as an appreciator of MCing and production and albums that have like a cinematic feel, like this was the catalyst for me. Before it was Nas, before Illmatic, it was this album. Redman, Whut the Album, the debut album with his hands in red on the cover. Iconic, fucking iconic to me, man. To me, this album for me, it's like Bruce Banner's Gamma Rays or like Peter Parker's Spider. Like it gave me my rap snob powers. The rap snob you know today came from this album, man. I love this album with all my heart. Shout out to Redman, shout out to Whut the Album, shout out to Eric Sermon and everybody else that was involved. Def Jam, about to make 30 years, crazy. And shout out to Classic Material and Carlos, always keeping me with the heat on my back.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I said, shout out to Sin. A lot of y'all talk about rap in the chat. but I never see Redman name come up in that chat.
That's a fact.
Right. Shout out to Funk Dr. Spock.
And he's one of the OG shoguns of this bar shit.
Absolutely.
One of the punchline rappers.
Yeah.
Best ever. And shouts to Redman. Didn't he just become a licensed skydiver?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah, he's out there living his best life,
certified.
man.
Talk about it.
In his later years, just doing whatever just because he can.
That's dope.
All right, fellas. So, recently we talked about the artist JID and his album that dropped not too long ago. Some folks, a lot of folks, about 23 or 24 dislikes.
A lot of hate.
They felt the way. To be clear, y'all disliked it. We don't give a fuck. I just want to make sure that y'all know that.
We are aware of it.
Let's be clear.
But part of today's discussion are those 24 dislikes, because a lot of them feel as though we are not giving JID his just due, or we're just simply out of touch New York haters. So I wanted to set the table for you guys and to have this conversation about the difference between hate and dislike, or in some cases, disinterest. You know what I mean? So I come to you, Mace. Can you lay out for the people what that difference is so that they can stop throwing this hate word around or out of touch word around, making it seem as though we just out here bloviating, like we don't take our time to explain ourselves every time?
Well, I'm gonna give him some grace first.
Okay.
Because when you think about hate and dislike, like if you drew a hate and dislike Venn diagram, you remember those guys? Venn diagram? The educational roundtable. You like that?
Yes, sir.
So if you draw a Venn diagram with hate and dislike, there's gonna be a lot in that little bubble in between, that overlay. You know what I mean? So I understand why they might get it confused. But the thing is, there are clear distinctions that you come to when you're talking between hate and dislike. Like when you being a hater, and I know this because I'm a big hater. Shouts to Star, you know what I mean? I know this.
Come on now.
You're being irrational. You know what I mean? You're taking things personal. You know what I mean? You're not using the facts.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? As opposed when you dislike things, you're being objective. You're using some logical reasoning behind why you may feel a way about something. Now me, I can admit, I dislike J. Cole, but I admire his skills. And I was hating on JID because I didn't want to listen to him because of J. Cole. I know the difference, guys. You know what I mean? Like so when you think about it like that, yeah, of course, when I feel like that comment that I threw out there kind of sparked a lot of the dislike. Yeah. Like people didn't even listen past that. They were just like, who's this fucking guy?
I felt some type
so,
of way.
Don't walk it back, though.
Listen, I'm definitely not walking it back. I feel the exact same way about JID and even more about Dreamville. I'm not listening to Baz, guys. That y'all can tell me how that is.
Earth Gang?
Earth Gang now.
Wow. It's supposed to be the new Outcast, bro.
Adjacent to, right? Nah, I'm closing my eyes.
Earth Gang is Greenville, right? I'm not bugging.
Yeah, when they come through.
Yeah.
But so I can admit that I sounded like a hater, but I judged the album, with open ears.
So you actually listen to it now?
Of course.
Okay.
I was objective about it. And I still feel the same way, guys. JID, Mr. Average, right?
All right. So Deanie, I see Deanie this week has the Marv on.
Yeah.
Last time it was me.
Marv.
It was Marv, you know what I mean? So from your perspective, the balance. You see the comments. They're calling us haters. They're throwing tomatoes. In your perspective, did what we do, because it wasn't you, it was us. Were we hating, or were we just not interested or disliked it?
I think there's genuine critiques and there's lambastering. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Now,
lambastering.
Yeah, so you can
throw that on the shirt.
You can.
Wow.
You cannot like something, but truth is, in the way you say you don't like it, it kind of matters. You know what I'm saying?
Lambastering, D? I'm still there.
A little.
Just a little bit. Let me open Google.
Open Google. Look at that shit up.
Heavy critique.
You did not smoke before this session.
I did. I'm in a good vibe. I'll give you my instance. There's genuine critiques where you can listen to an artist and you can say, damn, if they were just making an adjustment here, if they were making an adjustment there, they would yield a better quality of music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's just, that shit is trash. And sometimes that shit is trash, but that's because we all have our sensibilities.
Right.
Certain things speak to us and certain things push us away. Lil Wayne literally has 4 hands just pushing me away. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
4, bro. He spider sensed and just got 2 extra hands. Like 100 hand slaps. It doesn't speak to me. And a lot of times I tell you, like even his God did verse, I would say even the auto-tune I thought was unnecessary. That might have made the verse better.
Well.
You get what I'm saying? But I would say that to a Wayne fan, maybe you, I don't know, and you might say, that's hate. You know what I'm saying? But you're a dude that's objective, so you would say, you might have. I see your perspective on why you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And then their conversation will go from there.
Okay.
But any slight critique is not hating on someone, bro. It's not. It just sometimes, especially if the critique, like I said, is used to yield better results. Like you might be like, yo, Deanie, like talk close to the mic, pause, you know what I'm saying? Or like raise your voice, lower your voice. You know what I'm saying? Different things that would help a brother game out. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't look at my brother and be like, that's hate. I would look at my brother, he's trying to help me get where I need to be. It's just the mindset and perspective that you look at it all as. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Okay.
Y'all looking at me with a different look today.
I'm just listening. You're making some good points. I'm
on ISO.
Yes, sir.
Sin, talk to me, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a different angle here, I guess look at it from a sociological point of view. Cause
You go trying to make sense of this shit.
well, no, because like when I read this topic, I was like, why does this even need to be talked about and explained? Like in this day and age, to grown adult people that should understand the difference. But then the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, the concept of hate is so ingrained in hip hop because it's so ingrained in where hip hop comes from. You know what I mean? The tough upbringings, the harsh upbringings that we come up in. We broke and poor, living in the hood, living in the projects, wherever. And you know what I mean? When people make it out or do better, there's like hate, like, people from that come up, they're more susceptible to those feelings. So I kind of get where the lines blur, they get crossed, right? So like as soon as you hear something negative, like certain people are just wired to be like anything negative is just, oh, you hating, you hate. No, hating is, fuck that dude. Like who he think he is, like coming out the hood. Like you supposed to be in the hood like me. You still supposed to be fucked up like me. That's hate.
Right.
And the problem though the biggest problem I see is that hate is dangerous. We've lost legends to what basically boils down to hate. So you can't just like lump dislike and hate into one thing, because hate has very serious, real life, almost deadly, sometimes deadly repercussions. Me saying I don't like JID's album, that's not hate. That man, he's not gonna be hurt by it. He don't even know who I am. But I'm allowed to have my preference and say, yo, I don't really fuck with it like that. But it's not to the level of hate. Y'all gotta relax with that, man. Y'all really do, because hate is a serious thing, and that shit could lead to real serious repercussions.
I almost hit the get off my lawn drop, because that sounded like a lawn segment.
That was
right
tough.
Okay. You know what I mean?
So sincere.
Sin is spitting, and you know what? This is why I love doing the show with y'all. Like, we come on here, we make great points. All 3 gentlemen have made great points. And what upsets me is now I gotta hold the viewer accountable. Is that there's, for every, let's say 11 people are listening, 10 of them heard what we said, they understood it. Whether they agree is a different thing. But then there's that one outlier that only heard Mace say he doesn't like Bass, or he's not listening to Bass, and y'all should check it out. And you're a hater, whatever. Forget everything else that we just said. All that lush commentary. He doesn't listen to Bass? Oh my God. You're a hater. You're New York bias. And it's like, fam, it's like, that's so low tier to me. And it's like, I know you watching. I'm talking to you. Stop doing that. Because, there's a lot of podcasts out here, when they not pandering, when they not pandering, they just say shit. And they don't take time to really break this shit down and talk about it. They could tell you what the words were on a song, but we take time to tell you what the song, how it made us feel, where the artist might have been coming from when he said it, why he said it in the spot that he said it, and why with all of that, we didn't like it anyway, because it might not have hit us a certain type of way, etc. I said this on the live when we did the Q&A. Until we say an artist is whack, don't ever call us a hater. If Sin makes a beat and I say, you know what, Sin, I don't like this beat so much, I don't like how the drums is hitting, that's me critiquing it. We talked about the album and I felt like his flows weren't the most dexterous. Some people said he has more than 3 flows. I didn't hear it. Point out the fourth and fifth and sixth flow. If you don't know, maybe y'all don't know what a flow is. So attacking the beat and how your flow and how your pocket work is 2 different things. Okay? That doesn't mean that I'm a hater. I said this man talks about some shit. He has something to say. Sin made a point about checking boxes. He did all of these things. But I didn't like the music. The music didn't resonate with me.
That's it.
I didn't say the album was trash. I said it doesn't resonate with me. It's not hate.
I don't think anybody said it was trash.
Exactly. So to say, you know, oh, it's New York and y'all don't give people no credit on New York. At this point, I'm gonna make a baseline from here. I'm not even gonna deal with y'all in the comments anymore. This is the baseline from this point forward. If you ever say we don't rock with other regions outside of New York, you just telling me that you just got here. You just subbed or you just been clicking play on your recommendations because you didn't go back and see when we were talking about Future, Gunna, what's up? Thug,
Baby,
Dirk,
The Baby,
now.
King Vaughn.
A lot of artists, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What we talking about?
Shit.
Now Simba.
My favorite MC right now is Simba.
There you go.
I mean,
Cali.
And we're gonna talk about him in a second.
Yes, sir.
The whole TDE, like this, we talk about a lot of artists that are outside New York. Y'all
We got in
cut that
trouble
shit
with
out, yo.
Punch for talking about him, how he handled his artists from TDE that are all West Coast artists. So again, when you say these things to us, all because we're not speaking well about your favorite, it's not gonna be respected anymore. If you here for rap commentary and you wanna chop it up with the homies and we can have difference of opinions and leave homies, this is the show for you.
This is it, man.
But if you want us to massage your favorites, every time
Hey,
you
yo.
hit play, pause,
Man.
favorite could be a woman though.
And blow
it could be Meg.
Same
It could be
thing.
Cardi.
Could it?
It could be.
Could it from our audience?
You never know. But if that's what you're looking for,
Hey, who's your favorite female MCs right now or in history?
I'll massage Rhapsody.
Let's
Yeah, I mean,
Kim, Foxy.
just go.
Like,
Let this
come on.
conversation just go,
you
man.
tried to get the Ayo drop on me. That's what
Send out for blood after the last episode.
He's like, y'all not gonna do me like y'all did me last time.
Like, I'm gonna get one of y'all.
That's a
bro.
fact. You see it. You see it. I ain't
But-
even gonna deny it.
If you're pulling up here for that type of shit,
Oh shit.
this ain't the show for you. And if you keep clicking play on our videos, you're a dick rider, okay? I'm putting it out there.
You just love to hate.
You here to hate on us, ironically.
We appreciate it though.
Look at that.
Hey, you know,
Take the views.
I just don't understand it. We are
Appreciate it.
always gonna give critiques based on how we feel. We not industry niggas. We don't have to say some shit is good because we got a relationship. We some niggas with a podcast, and we're gonna tell you A from B 10 times out of 10. All right?
No pandering.
This
At all.
this is not the Pander podcast.
Pander-free
not.
zone.
No
It's not.
pandering.
Shit. So, the Math Hoffa podcast, once again, gives a rap roundtable content.
Shout out to Matt Hoffa.
Shout out to Math Hoffa. We appreciate
Doing
what you're
work.
doing out there. My expert opinion is a fire show, and it's real. That's another pander-free show.
Barbershop.
You know what I mean?
The barbershop.
Very
We
essence.
appreciate shows where they don't pander and pretend to be objective.
That's the facts.
You know what I'm saying?
another pod
So-
with a bunch of differences of opinions. You know what I mean? I
Facts.
appreciate that.
So Guru was on there, and he talked about Jay-Z's process with the hand of doing right, which has been the hot button subject in hip hop for many moves. So he says that he doesn't just go there in a booth and freestyle these songs. He goes and he has the lyrics in his head and he rehearses and he rehearses and rehearses until he gets the bars right, and then he records. So my question to you guys, and I'm gonna start with Sin, does that kind of bust the freestyle myth to a certain degree, or does it just shed light on what the process is?
I mean, it doesn't burst any bubble for me because like I thought this was common knowledge. Like who thinks that he just gets in the booth, no preparation, nothing, here's the beat, and just miraculously no, like all the stories that I've heard have been him walking around and like mumbling to himself, grumbling to himself, You know what I mean? You kind of hear some bars under his breath. And then at some point he's like, all right, I'm ready. And then he goes in the booth. I never ever once thought that he just like went in the booth directly and just started spitting off the top of his head.
Okay.
That's crazy to me. So it doesn't burst any bubble to me. But also I do want to point out that it's not any less impressive or incredible. Memorizing all of these bars, especially again the last verse, 78 of them. It's still incredible. It's not freestyling, not like the purists will consider freestyling, but it's still an amazing feat.
Okay, Didn't talk to me?
I mean, even in the old school essence where you just would record yourself, like, and to say, like, this beat is playing, and I might just go off the top of the head and spit a 16, just off the top of my head. There might be elements of the flow I'd love, but the bars just didn't work themselves out. I mumbled them. Now, basically, I just have to listen to that again and basically line by line adjust the bars. That still in a way is still not writing the bars down.
Right.
You already have the scheme in your head. You're just now filling in the blanks. That in and of itself is impressive too. And I say more artists should do that because y'all just doing it off the top of your head is not it. And I can't knock that. That's still a beautiful process. And you still have to figure out what to put in between those lines to make those lines connect. And as we know, Jay-Z is probably one of the greatest line connectors like we've ever seen in hip hop. So whatever.
Stop dick riding, yo.
Word. The chat upset right now.
No, he's not. The hate love concept, exactly.
Right, that's wild.
But yeah, that's a crazy process, and it's, like we said, for 16, that's impressive. For 78 though, that's superhuman, bro.
I mean, we know. Everybody don't seem to. People just seem to not want to believe. But it's like Guru was like 2001, whatever year, 2000. This is his process, and I'm like, this is interesting. Because since incredulous or not, a lot of people thought he just went in the booth and freestyled. Mace, what do you think about Guru shedding light on the process?
I'm kind of with Sin. It wasn't really like a myth for me. I was one of those people, you know, I'm like the generation behind the Jay-Z Nas. Y'all know that. So I had to learn about this shit through like the XXLs and the sources and the, you know, when DMX was on MTV True Life, Direct Effect, them type of shit. So I used to like absorb all of this shit and just, you know, learn all of this shit by proxy, you know? So even little moments like when you watch the Black Album documentary, you saw him mumbling the lyrics to himself, or even an encore video where he kind of had a biographical moment in the video. He was showing himself as a kid, mumbling the lyrics, talking about it. You know, I remember all of these stories that they've, you know, kind of already told in real time, which kind of get lost over the years. Yeah. So I understand, you know, the myth becomes bigger than the actual fact. But, you know, I think a big problem is that a lot of the people who followed him do think that he just goes in there and freestyles. So a lot of the people that subsequently came behind him do go in and just spit whatever's off top, you know,
it's
like
not for everybody.
If that was the case, they should have paid Hov a lot more money, bro.
You gotta read the fine print, bro. You gotta read the fine print. So
I remember when Lil
who does that actually.
I remember when Lil Flip was out. Y'all remember Lil Flip?
Of course.
Yeah.
Flip.
Oh yeah.
Flip.
I remember he was one of the ones that was very loud about, yo, I don't write nothing down. I'm like, we know, bro.
Right.
Like we can hear it. We hear it.
Where's Lil
Big
Jamar?
Shamrock. Shout out
not for everybody.
Ja Rule popped out and said, I don't write down anything. It's like, Ja Rule, I don't remember any bars from you, bro. Like,
nah, I can't do that. That
came up in that era.
Vici, man.
Give me a bar of that.
It's widespread, thoroughbred shot, and took 2 to the head. That story to tell. Fuck.
Nah, that's from the Belly soundtrack. Isn't
And
it?
that was on. And that was
Oh,
on.
it was on. It was, it was on.
You
that
know
album.
a Ja Rule bar, but not an Andre 3K bar?
That speaks to a deeper issue.
New York bias.
Forever.
That's real. That's real New York bias.
That's everybody's go-to bar. I can't use that.
It is.
All right. 16 all rights. I can't use my 16 all rights.
Nah.
Let me some sugar. That don't count.
That's crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
Nah, dude.
Yo.
We not doing that today.
I love Vinny Vici.
You know a Ja Rule bar, but not a 3-stack bar.
This is
you got all this vigor for 3-stack.
Yo,
but
I'm
got
sending
Ja
Tony
Rule
Yale
bars.
like that.
I know more 3-stacks bars than the average 3K fan.
Shit.
And that says a lot. Shout out to Rome. You see, Rome was like a deer in the headlights.
Don't do that, bro.
I love you, Rome, but I said
now you snitching. You thought he wasn't even on camera, bro.
Relax.
We got to
You're
edit that
a
out.
rat.
Oh. Sorry, Ro.
Ro was fried though. I give him that.
Buddhist man. Any ratting on the rap
Where the
round?
tomatoes at, man?
Look at the
Video on the
tomatoes.
stories.
Yo, where you at, Lord Jamal?
Oh, because of Ja Rule.
Get him out of here.
They won't let Ja live,
Get him
man.
outta here,
Ja had
bro.
a moment.
This is
We're not
Ja
gonna do that
Rule's
to that
fault.
man.
Rome Smith, not that other Rome.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Smoke Fat Joe too. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying?
These are facts.
for me, it was enlightening because somehow or the other, they found a way to make that skill set that Hove has a blight against him in recent memory, as far as like, oh, he's hindered the culture with this. Look at Lil Wayne. Look at the guys who've come after Lil Wayne, et cetera, et cetera. And it just goes to show that Hove wasn't just in there listening to Just Blaze beats and Kanye beats and Timbaland beats and just mumbling some shit. He was real. He cared about
Meticulous with his shit, yeah.
the craft,
Right.
and to do that. And I remember, was it like a documentary behind the Black Album? Mm-hmm. And we saw the process.
Yeah, that's the one I was just referring.
We saw the process with that as well. And it's like, bro, he wasn't just there like, all right, I'm just gonna rap. Nah, he didn't just keep bars in his pocket. He essentially he was writing bars in his brain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Vibing to the beat, man.
That's it. And he would go over it, go over it, go over it, go over it. Now, I think we've all said it, and I'm gonna complete the set. All of you motherfuckers that rap, that claim that you don't write bars, and you just get high and listen to the shit,
Man.
for the love of God,
Buy a notebook.
buy a notebook or use a notepad in your iPhone or your Android if that's your vice, right? And please, because Josh has an Android, so please stop freestyling these songs. Hip hop deserves love. It deserves meticulous a meticulous approach. It deserves attention to detail.
Care.
You know what I'm saying? Care. And what y'all doing right now? Some of y'all, not all of y'all, is doing a disservice to the sport. And all of you who don't write bars, get the second annual. Fuck out of here.
Also,
Hey.
when you do something that someone else does, you're supposed to improve upon it. You're not supposed to pull it back and make
Ding,
it
ding,
weaker,
ding.
bro.
Didn't somebody have a bar about that? Like, did you do something new or something like that? Was that a whole bar?
I think that was a whole bar.
Lupe bar?
No, did you do something? That's superstar.
On Lupe.
Did you do something new? Did you improve on something new?
Yes.
New. Off the guest list. Who comes to?
Yes,
Yeah.
Lupe.
Shout out to Lupe.
That's all I'm saying, bro. You guys, y'all spent so much time holding on to the culture, but y'all been devaluing the property value. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
man.
come on now. I'm sorry. Y'all devaluing the property.
That is
Facts.
the price in the neighborhood.
Come
bro.
on, the price of the
Wow.
neighborhood. We just started getting them numbers back up. And it's because a certain region got the light a little bit again. And it ain't y'all, it's us. Sorry.
Listen.
Anyway,
We coming through.
BET put out a list,
Oof.
right? Sin, do you have the list ready, Sin?
Yes, sir.
All right, because you know I'm never prepared. So they put out a list for the BET Awards or the Hip Hop Awards, Hip Hop Lyricist of the Year. Some of the names on this list I got an issue with. So, Cinsere, can you read off the names on that list?
Yeah, we got off the top rope, Baby Keem.
Whoa.
No disrespect, I like Baby Keem.
Whoa.
Sheesh.
Lyricist of the Year?
Lyricist?
King.
Calm down.
Y'all see my
Relax.
reaction in the chat.
Where Fat Joe at, bro?
We got
What the fuck?
we got Baby Keem. We got Benny the Butcher. All right.
Fair.
Cool.
Well deserved.
We got Drake this year.
With no raps.
CLB
We got J.
within the
Cole.
year, but
All right,
Okay.
cool.
yeah.
We got Quando himself. Jack Quando Harlow.
22 Harlow, legendary run.
Oh my God, man.
We got Jay, and then we got Kendrick to round it out.
All right. So, I usually don't go first in segments, right?
Cook.
But Quando Harlow?
Do your thing, man.
What the?
Wow.
What is he doing there?
Quando Harlow.
What are you doing, BET?
He didn't even have the best
Is
verse
this-
on his album.
Is this most clickable rapper of the year? Because he don't got no bars. Like, Jack Harlow has 0 bars.
He's like legendarily bad.
Hold up,
like,
hold up,
He has dad joke bars.
hold up.
Wait.
Pineapple juice, I give a sweet
Oh,
semen.
no.
Ooh. Barred to death.
Yikes.
What the fuck?
I know my grandpa would have had a heart attack if I pulled $100,000 out, so I'm not gonna pull $100,000 out.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Okay. At the shows, I'm about to start handing out programs because y'all need to get with the program.
Get rid of this guy.
That was perfect. That was
Bro. Lyricist of the year? Come on. Is this your token pick? Like, is that what it is?
Now, the next gripe I have, y'all, is I love me some Jay-Z.
Exactly.
I love me some Jay-Z. How the fuck is Jay-Z nominated
Off 2 verses.
for Lyricist of the Year off 2 verses, but there's no Nas to be found?
Fucking
2 verses.
What's
going on?
One was fire.
Incredible.
Again, this goes back to what I said last episode. I can't defend certain shit when the Nas fans say Jay-Z has the media in his pocket. Because Nas done dropped 3 albums.
Crazy, bro.
Dropped Magic in December.
Magic in December. That's this
the
year.
one.
And he couldn't get a nomination. I didn't even say win.
God.
He got nominated for a Grammy, but not Lyricist of the Year. That's crazy to me, bro.
Wow. That's crazy,
That's
bro.
crazy.
That's ludicrous, bro.
We knew Kendrick was gonna make this list indefinitely.
Absolutely.
So you know what? Since I kind of jumped the shark with some of these guys, if we take it, can we take Hov and Harlow off?
Yeah. And Keem,
Can
bro.
we take Keem off?
Yes,
I
bro.
love
Keem
the
is outta
sound.
here,
I love
man.
the sound, but
It's a dope vibe,
Lyricist,
man.
though?
One
But this is
verse
not that
enough,
lane.
man.
That's not the lane.
So Keem can go.
Listen,
Keem can go. Those
So
three
right
can
now-
go.
nepotism in here.
What about
man.
Aubrey?
Aubrey's
He didn't rap-
disqualified.
he didn't
I don't
rap.
even think of Aubrey.
No, he had one verse.
He's
the one on
disqualified.
the Harlow album.
Yeah, and
That
he
was a fire.
That was a fire verse.
And he
though.
got
Fire.
and he got a verse on the pop album, the dance album
dance
with
album,
21.
yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
tough verse
That was
too.
a tough verse.
But he has no business there.
Marcus can't be static.
Lyricist
Bro,
of
he's
the year.
he's disqualified. I don't
So,
even
yeah,
think of him.
if we get rid of Jay, we got to get rid of
And I
Drake.
just want to talk a little shit because y'all tried to jump me on social media when I talked about this album, right? I just want y'all to know the only song that has a star next to it on Apple Music right now is the joint with let me go get the name of the song. Don't tell me, y'all. I'm going to get it right now. Jimmy Cooks.
Yeah.
That's the one with 21?
Yeah.
The song with 21 is the only one that has a star next to it as we speak. All these other dance songs, niggas do not give a fuck. And when I told y'all this album wasn't good, y'all tried to jump me, and yet again, Jav was right. Anyway.
You had to go swimming in the Galapagos
Fuck
to
'em.
enjoy it.
Yo, they had to go spurlunking.
The turtles.
What I said it was spurlunking somewhere.
This nigga said on the shores of Dubai or some shit.
What the fuck? Damn, son.
Righties,
I gotta go to the hot. What's it that hot tub in Iceland? Wherever the fuck is that? What the fuck? Anyway, we going off track. So we taking Aubrey off. We taking Hov off. We taking Keem off. We taking Harlow off. So we got
half the list.
More than half the list.
So who's
Gotta
remaining?
go.
We got Cole, Benny, and who?
Cole, Benny, and Kendrick.
Fair.
Yeah.
So who are the 4 we put in? Since I already overtook the conversation, I'm gonna get out the way and let y'all decide who the 4 niggas is gonna get.
Well, we know where you're going.
One of them, I mean, we already mentioned Nas.
Okay.
Nas got to be
For
in
sure.
there.
Nas
For sure.
is
We
on
could
there.
all agree on that.
That's agreed upon.
You don't got to pay to do that, you know what I mean?
And we don't got to talk about it for
Listen.
an hour neither.
Because we're here for a good time.
Not a long
Not a long time.
Let me tell you.
On time.
I would have, me personally, I would have to put Ransom in there.
Okay.
I would put Ransom in.
He had
in
a
that-
strong
in that list.
2022.
Yes, for sure.
Good choice.
I would put Rome Streets in there too. Now, I understand, like, you know, these 2 artists, Ransom and Rome, they don't have quite the spotlight
yeah.
on them, the notoriety that, you know, would get them a BET
They rap.
nomination. But these guys rapping their ass off. Ransom especially, because Ransom, I mean, Rome for sure, I love Rome, but he's new to the game. He's got some time to, like, you know, really make his mark. But Ransom's been in this for a minute. And the stuff that he's doing now, the material and projects that he's putting out now, the bars that he's putting out now, is killing like
Sensational.
99% of what's out there right
He's
now.
reached
man.
like
he needs his,
G-rap level.
he needs his flowers for
He's
sure.
nasty.
Man.
Nobody put in JID?
You know,
Why you gotta trigger these folks, man?
only put 3 people down. I did.
You a
I did
bully,
not.
bro.
JID. Shout out to JID.
I want problems.
Jid, I can't call him Jid. It's too close to another word.
I think it is honestly
that's
JID.
the disrespect in calling him JID though. Like,
I thought it was JID.
Nah.
Wow, bro.
yo, you dirty for that.
Yo,
Nigga.
he resorts himself as JID several times on the album, bro. That's my first.
He can do that.
That's my first time listening to him like
Pull up
that.
on that
Like
man and call him
that.
JID, bro.
Facts. You might go viral, bro.
I don't know. Who would that 4th spot go to?
No, Conway? You ain't even think about Conway.
Conway.
Terrible.
I don't know. I mean, because for this year,
Yeah,
You put
yeah.
a-
I guess.
you put a roll of Big Ghost.
Yeah.
I don't think Rome had anything in 2022 as far as an album, but he had to jump with Big Ghost, Conway.
And he
Had,
had,
like,
and
4 projects come out within this year, like them 2 mixtapes.
Yeah, he was. I mean,
nah, he had the full album too. You know what? I forget.
no, Rome
I
had
don't-
the shit with.
Pusha T not on the list?
Oh,
I was the
Pusha.
biggest fan of that album.
Yes.
So I said that on the pod.
Yeah, you did.
Nah, you right. Pusha. I would put Pusha there.
Damn.
You got any names you want to throw in the pod there?
I had Lupe.
Lupe.
Okay. Yeah.
Very good choice.
So we gotta have
and I had Joey.
Joey Badass.
Badass. And I had Conway. You know what I'm saying? I had Rome Streets on the list too, but I thought we would be considering the list of people with super notoriety.
That's true.
I try to stick into the notoriety.
Variety,
realm,
that's
but-
fair.
I keep forgetting God Don't Make Mistakes came out this year.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Exactly.
It feels like
you know
forever
why.
You know
ago.
why, bro.
Yeah, you know what?
No, it just feels like a really long time
Go
ago,
back
man.
to our review.
Don't do that.
Oh my god.
It was a
We
decent
love Kyle,
project.
but it was mid, bro.
It was
mid.
decent. It was decent.
Decent
But it
is
just
mid for
really,
Conway.
it honestly feels like a really long time ago. And I've been thinking about this a lot recently. When you're in the content game, like, and you're constantly looking at what's new, what we're talking about this week, you know what I mean? Like, or from 2 weeks ago or whatever,
hard to
something
keep up.
recent. Like, the stuff that came out in February, March, April, like, that seems like ages ago now.
Right.
Time
Crazy.
flies now, man. Microwave.
Y'all
Yes,
named
sir.
some names that I had in there. Nas was for sure a name. Like, come on now. Nas, like, y'all were bugging for that. Pusha T I had on my list. I was throwing a bunch of names within the pot, so I didn't just have them. Joey, I didn't have on the list because I wouldn't say he was a lyricist I think he made great music this year, but I didn't think this is, lyricist of the year
Matt
material.
Conley could go up there too.
Matt, when it came to the
Not
list,
known enough though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
when it came to the list, I felt like Benny was their token real lyricist, because it could be all underground dudes. Let's be honest here, like,
Right.
but I felt like Benny was them trying to say, hey, see, we
listen.
you
We
guys
paying
know?
attention,
yeah,
right, yeah.
Like,
We're tapped in.
and Benny is the most commercially
We watched
viable.
the Rap Radar podcast with that bad top 10.
That terrible top 10.
You know what I
But
mean?
you know what? Within all those names, the name missing that I thought needed to go in there was Lil Wayne. Weezy F Baby. Listen, this year my guy went on another crazy feature run like he's done in the past, 08, 2010. He got some legendary feature years. You know what I mean? So my
I
guy,
was waiting, John.
my guy was on
Man,
Sinister.
Quiet over there.
My guy was on Sinister. My guy Jaw demonstrating the difference between hate and dislike.
Oh,
Touche.
So, my guy, he had Sinister with Corday. He had the joint with Run the Jewels that he bodied.
You're not selling us, Mace.
He had the joint with Pat Poose. He bodied the We Set the Trends joint with Jones and Jewels. Return to I Can't Feel My Face. His God Did verse was and the Conway verse was trash. The God Don't Make Mistakes.
Yeah, they really tried to tell us that he had the better verse. No funny.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. But I'm gonna have to give my guy Wayne, everybody going to him for a feature, young and old this year. I gotta throw my guy Weezy in the pot, man.
All right,
He's definitely a trendsetter.
If you say so.
If you say so, is a good bar for this for that argument. So who's the comprehensive full? Nas, Pusha T, who else? Benny's already on there.
Benny's
We're
on
talking
there.
about the
So
four
Conway.
replacements. Conway is getting on there. He's at number 3.
Conway gotta be on there, bro.
Lupe.
So Nas.
I like
wait,
Lupe.
Not Pusha?
That was a very lyrical album.
I got Nas and Pusha locked in.
Nas and Pusha.
Push
locked
Nas,
in.
Lupe. Who's
Lupe
the
and
fourth?
Conway.
Joey?
Huh?
No Joey?
I feel like
I'll go Joey over Khan.
I would put
honestly.
Ransom in there.
Ransom is a.
He was
solid
spitting his
choice,
ass off
bro.
in
That's
that
what I'm
last album,
saying,
bro.
like,
Yeah.
His ass off.
I almost want to put Wayne in there because he's a GOAT. You know what I mean? But he's in the Jay-Z slot for me. Like, there's no project.
Right.
His features, yes.
See the objectivity, y'all? Still gave the nigga his props.
You know what I mean? So Rand got to be in there because Rand rapped his ass off.
Rand might
Last
be
project, man.
Rand might be the winner of the fucking award.
Bro.
If you want to be honest.
If it was the Rap Roundtable Awards.
That album just made it more light. That it had songs you could
Lyricism.
vibe to. It was really a good album. I didn't know he had that in him to make like songs that I want to like move and groove to. But
Right.
there was a few of those, man. Shout out to Rand.
I like that for y'all. See, we love to do this here. Now I'm gonna surprise y'all before we go to the next segment. I'm gonna start doing something on the Rap Roundtable where, you know, I'm gonna find a verse from a rapper. I'm just gonna read the lyrics, and I'm gonna let the panel and the chat, because we're family here, we're cousins, tell me if the verse is fire before I tell y'all who the verse is from. Some of y'all might already know once y'all hear the bars. Some of y'all might not, but my whole point is, based on what you hear from these bars, the words, was it fire? So I got this verse here. I'm gonna read it.
John wanted.
So, look, shit. This is for my brother, my hitter, my slugger, my nigga, my jigger, my killer, my dog. Here for the women, my niggas. Most of them really be realer than y'all. When I was little, remember we literally can't forget all of the shit we saw. Jaja hit a nigga right in the jaw. We ain't jumping, we just letting them brawl. Every summer, it was somebody dead and somebody scared so nobody saw. Buddy in jail and somebody called. Collecting the bill is somebody's boss. Laid off, HM, stay in the bed. Hell nah, what the fuck you done did? All that stress and taking care of kids. Give us something that we could take off the edge. From the minute I got in trouble, got a whipping for nothing. That's something my brother did. I never snitch. I never done no sucker shit. Cause he'll hush for me. Stop laughing, bro. I'm trying to read this shit. Cause he'll never hush for me. It was him. He'll bust for me if it was him. So you know it's all toes 10 when it comes to my brother and them. It's whirlwind, I'll spin your block again.
You hate JID.
Yo,
I'm fucking it up, bro. Like, you hate that man, bro. And I'm listening to this shit like, Jarvie, you're not even reading it the way it was intended to be. You doing it bad. Come on, Jarvie.
He took a JID verse and spit it like
Why you did it like that?
I clearly said that I'm just reading the bars. I laid this shit out. You acting like the motherfuckers on the internet.
Nah, because I could imagine that being a different verse from the nigga, and you would have spit that shit with 10 times more invigoration, bro.
Oh my God. Yo, why do I even talk to you? Why do I talk to you? I don't even know. How you torpedo the whole segment, bro?
That's bad,
we
bro.
gonna test that out again next
I didn't say I was
episode,
rapping
guys.
the verse. Did I say I was gonna rap it?
I love that song.
We gonna
I'm like, why does
next
it sound so-
episode,
Shout
we gonna
out-
do it again, y'all.
Shout out to Sin and Mace allowing the shit to breathe while this nigga Genie just torpedoed the whole shit.
I'm hurt.
And then feeds into the bum ass narrative that we just negated in the top of the show. Like, why are you here?
Yo,
like, I don't understand.
That's just not that song. That's one of the better songs on the album.
Bro, whose team are you
But Diddy, you
on?
was supposed to say
Ours.
the verse is hard, though. That's
That's
what
all you
was
had to
supposed say.
fucking do. That's
what
all you
said,
had
verse
to do,
is hard.
bro. I said, I'm gonna read it,
I cooked.
and
I
then the
cooked.
panel
I
is
take
gonna
the
tell
L.
if it's fire or not.
I love that song.
Bro, like, I'm legitimately
wasn't
mad right
standing
now.
for that shit,
This
bro.
is not Showtime. I'm
Yo.
tight.
That song is
Then the singer says, you really hate JID. I didn't even say the verse was whack, so why would you even say that?
Did you like the verse?
This verse was solid,
Oh,
Good.
I stand
Good
corrected.
verse.
bro.
I stand corrected.
Son, I'm disgusted, bro.
More hilarious that Job actually thought the verse was good.
Yo,
Anyway, that shit just blew my bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Anyway, what's the next segment?
I hold the L for that. I love that song.
All right, so
Talking about mid-rap.
I got you. I'm back
right,
on point.
right.
If you had an album where you could sit through, the bars weren't there, but the beats were fire, what album is that, and why? Like besides the beat, like what about how it made you feel when I say why?
So, can I tell a story of how this segment came about?
Shit.
So, I finally got around to listening to a certain project, Mayhem Loren and Derringer, which, first of all, before we go any further, I have to say I owe Derringer an apology. I have gone on record saying
It was our beans.
I'm not,
There you go.
I'm not the biggest Derringer fan, but Derringer laced Mayhem Loren with some heat on this album.
Okay.
He did.
Right? He did. Right. Now, I'm not gonna act like I'm the biggest Mayhem Loren fan, but he gets the job done. If you give him some fire beats, he gets the job done.
He delivers as best as possible.
Right.
He on his group
now,
home shit, yeah.
Now, I share the album, the project in the group chat, and I say as much. I was like, I told my brothers, I was like, yo, I really owe Derringer an apology. Y'all gotta listen to this. Job comes in like, he's tight. He's like, yo, why you have me listen to this, bro? Like, why you have me listen to these mid raps? I'm like, I ain't saying nothing about the raps. I said the beats were fire. Now,
Yeah, I was upset.
there's 4 people here. Jav is not the biggest Mayhem Loren fan either. So, you know what I mean? We're not discussing that neither here nor there.
Right, guys.
Right?
Don't focus on that, please.
So, but it got us to thinking, it got me to thinking. I was like, what are some albums, because I would put this up there, what are some albums that the beats are so fire that you could care less about who's rapping on it, what they rapping on it, what they saying? Like, what are some albums like that for you?
It's not the JID album.
I feel like I might shake the table with a couple of my picks. D, you got anything, bro?
I had Migos Culture. I love that album. These niggas really ain't say shit, but it's a great sounding album.
Yeah.
A lot of beats by I think
Picture.
there you go.
Make a score.
Bag. It just had a lot of vibes. I'm not gonna throw Travis Scott in there, but he could be close because Travis Scott's not the most lyrical, but I would say I thought about this really hard, and it was hard for me to put this there because there are some great lyrics on the joint, but I might have to go with Nori, the NORE album.
Wow.
Okay.
Like, that was. But there's
disrespect.
But there's top tier lyricism on the album though.
Shouts
you have
to the Yada.
Cam, Mace, you got Pun, not Mace, Cam, Pun, Jada, Styles P,
G-Rap was on it.
G-Rap.
G-Rap was on it.
Like it's
Wait, no, he wasn't. No, he redid one of G-Rap's classics, so that's what it was. It wasn't.
and there's somebody else I'm missing. But
anyway,
great lyrics. But for the majority of the songs that were just Nori, he wasn't saying much, but the songs were still fire. I love that album.
Fuck with that pick.
Yeah.
What you got,
Good pick.
y'all?
What you got, Mace? I'm working on something.
No,
over
they
here.
I'm about to get the historians a little tight.
That's why we here.
Listen,
I'm almost afraid.
First, I'll say a couple modern classics to me that fit the mold. Thug Motivation 101, Jeezy.
Yeah, that's a fair pick.
Okay.
That's a fair pick.
That's a great pick.
DS2.
Oh,
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Get over here. That's a good pick, man.
Nah,
That's a good pick.
Y'all
I like that. I like that pick.
like the rap?
Nah, yes. I love
like
everything
the
about
raps?
that album. Yes.
The fuck are you talking
Yes,
about?
everything.
That's what I'm looking at y'all like
Oh
right now.
my God.
DS2 is up
This
there.
guy.
In a low-key pick, Finally Rich, Chief Keef's first album. Album is a very sonically, it's one of those Interscope albums. If y'all listen to rap, y'all know the Interscope album.
That was his first or second album.
First album. The Love Sosa Don't Like joint.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the prime picks for this are Doggy Style and The Chronic, bro. Like
What?
those are
What?
the prime picks for
Doggy
this,
Style
bro.
didn't have lyrics?
Doggy Style got mid raps, bro. Like for the era, Doggy Style was Snoop Dogg was spitting mid raps compared to what the best raps in '93 were, bro.
Hold on, you said
I'm
Doggy Style?
sorry,
Is that what I heard?
Style
Doggy Style, what else?
and The Chronic,
Hold
both
on.
of them, bro.
Hold on, wait.
Wow.
Hold on.
Like, who is this guy? Where'd he come from? And why do we fucking keep acting like he's somebody
I'm just saying.
that we want to fuck
Doggy
with?
Style got
Get rid of
crazy
this guy.
bars there.
It
Get
got
rid of this
heat
guy.
bars, bro. It got great lyrics.
It has lyrics that go well with the beats that make great songs.
Listen.
They got hard bars, man.
I got to clear something up because I was gonna say this. It's not just about lyrics There has to be delivery in there too. There's flow in there. This isn't a conversation just about bars.
Y'all don't ever give Tupac that.
We don't even talk about Tupac on the air. Why
We
you
talk about his flow more than his lyrics, though, bro. We talk
We
about
love Tupac
I
at the rap
had a whole long segment last episode about whataboutism, and now this man comes in here talking about what about Tupac?
Danny,
Get the fuck out of here.
Danny,
Get off my lawn,
Can
Mace.
you take that cup away from Mace? Because I don't know what's happening over there.
I'm just saying, man.
wow.
All I'm gonna say is
Doggy
this
style.
is coming from a Lil Wayne fan that says Wayne got
Wild.
bars.
What?
But
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Doggy style.
I didn't think the Lady of Rage and Dr. Dre bars were top tier. I'm sorry.
Doggy Style and the Chronic were albums for their time as far as lyricism goes. Rap has come leaps and bounds, and Mace being his age, I can understand why he would say that. I'm gonna shoot some bail,
No.
but at the same,
No
but
bail.
Nigga said no bail, no
bail.
peace.
but at the same time,
I want violence.
fuck are you talking about?
It's saying what
19
the album came out the same year as the Chronic. What's the
hey,
That's
Where
because Red is
doing
super
it.
lyrical.
I don't do that.
That's because
shit.
Red
I'm
is
just
super
saying.
lyrical.
They
I'm
slap
just
boxing
It's a
now.
different vibe, bro.
They are slap boxing
Listen.
now.
Nah,
What you mean don't do that,
I'm
Sin?
gonna keep it a buck. One of the things I was gonna say earlier, but I was cognizant of the time. But the same year, '92, Redman with Eric Sermon behind the boards, and then Dr. Dre, The Chronic, both taking sample material from the same music, George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic, that P-Funk sound. Naturally I gravitated more towards Redman and Eric Sermon's take on the sound than Dr. Dre's, because East Coast bias, New York bias, you know what I mean? But I would never in my life say, I only listen to The Chronic or I only listen to Doggy Style for the production. The production absolutely is stellar.
I'm gonna be a shithead right now.
But there's flows,
LA hat
there's
on.
content, there's subject matter in those songs, in those bars, in those albums.
These nuts.
What do you remember? What
Cherry pick these nuts.
Hold on, wait.
Little ghetto
just
boy,
saying.
little ghetto boy. Murder was the case.
Hold on,
Nothing but a G
hold on.
thing.
I thought
on,
Face
man.
had the bars. on
What
there.
do we remember from that time? The bars or the sound?
Oh, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, both. Honestly,
I remember them Snoop lyrics, man. Them shits hit heavy.
Snoop Dogg and Dr.
So
Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance. So back
Back on up.
So two bars and sound.
Sound.
Capital S and the S, the
Come
fresh and S, the
on,
double O
man,
P
don't
D
do
O
that.
double G Y D O double G. You see?
He was
talking
flow
on
is
niggas,
the
bro.
flow, man. And this is what I'm saying. Like this conversation, and I should have said that from the top, because now it looks like I'm
old head?
capping, but
It does.
or caping for certain artists. But
They say red fall.
I never intended for this conversation to be strictly about lyricism and bars, because there's flow, there is subject matter, there is delivery, there's pocket work, and you can't say, look, if you'll say what you want to say about Dr. Dre, that's fine, because he's a producer first,
Right.
rapper second, very much like Kanye, right? But don't do that to Snoop, bro.
All right. So I got bars and sound for me as well. So it's 3-1. Sin, I know we short on time. So what are your picks beyond the album that inspired the topic?
Shit. My GOAT for this topic, for this type of album, is Group Home.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Those brothers, like, shout out to Group Home, no disrespect, but Lil Dap and Malachi the Nutcracker had no business being in anywhere close to a vocal booth.
Oof. That's all I got
At all.
for that.
But
Mr. Magoo.
but Group Home Living Proof is damn near classic.
There's
Depending on
somebody
who you
who's gonna
ask,
watch this video and be like, yo, Sin is wild, them niggas
depending
was
on who you ask, that album's a classic, and it's only regarded as such because of Primo's stellar work behind the boards. Primo laced these two guys. Now, from the stories that I heard, I don't know, I can't remember the exact story, but Group Home, they had some relationship or ties with Primo or Primo's people or whatever. And so, through knowing enough people, they was like, yo, we want to make an album. We're going to make this rap group. And Primo laced them with some of the most raw, uncut production ever known to man. I will gladly listen to that album front to back, beginning to end. I don't care who's on those beats. It could be fucking Quando Harlow. No, that's a little too far. That's a little too far. I went too far. I went too far. My bad.
22 Harlow.
2-2? Deuce Harlow?
So I got 2 picks.
I need this.
One was a brilliant suggestion that actually jives with a lot of my beliefs. And one is the one I walked in the door with.
Okay.
So the one I walked in the door with is G-Dep, Child of the Ghetto. And for years, I've loved that album, but it was because Bad Boy produced the fuck out of that album.
Snakes get slithery?
Yo, G-Dep was never the best rapper, but from front to back, beat for beat, Child of the Ghetto was
Some
fire.
people might be upset, man.
The sound,
that shit was fire though.
the sound effects, the acoustics, the setting that you could feel like they took you to Harlem.
I was already on Fish and Spaghetti.
Come on, and they took you to Harlem from an angle that was not diplomatic Harlem. It wasn't as flossy. It wasn't as glossy.
Harlem.
It was more rugged. It wasn't soul samples. It was something else. It was Bad Boy's take. It's almost like you get a Batman movie and it's Christopher Nolan's take,
and then it's
it's Tim Burton's take on Batman. That's basically what Child of the Ghetto. It was Christopher Nolan's take on Harlem.
I like that, John.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I got a suggestion that was God tier because I've said it on this podcast even. That joint, what was it called? Alfredo?
Yo, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Don't do that, Jaw.
Is it Alfredo?
Don't do that.
Is that the joint Madlib?
Don't do that,
It's
bro.
Alfredo,
No,
right?
that's Alchemist.
So
Alfredo's Alchemist.
So which
There's Bandana.
Bandana. To me, Freddie Gibbs, the one flow wonder, rapping over
I'll give you that. He only got
all
that
of
one
these
flow.
fire Madlib beats. And I said it on the show that he's rapping on a certain way with these kind of soul samples, and I don't appreciate his approach to these beats. Notice what he's been rapping on recently. I know the album is gonna have certain production from Madlib and Alchemist, but he's attacking these beats one way, and we found ourselves getting lost in these beats. But can you quote me a Fire Gibbs bar? Can you quote me a Fire Gibbs bar, chat?
I can just see
Mace, Deanie,
I see an old table member jumping across
drawing
the
a
table
blank.
with jaw with hands out.
Of course. Of course.
Like full stretch hands out.
The show would have been over. He'd have torpedoed the show. But I'm asking y'all, can y'all quote a Fire Gibbs bar? Where's that?
Listen,
Where's that?
where's Sack?
Ugh.
That's a great pick.
I'll keep it a buck at my age now.
It's a cop out.
I don't remember bars as well as I used to. They don't stick.
Well,
they don't stick in here as much
Sin,
as they used to.
This man quoted Ja Rule.
That's
This
very
man
true.
quoted Ja Rule.
That's very true.
And
But Ja
torpedoed
Rule
my
is-
bar segment. So you better have a Freddie Gibbs
I hold the
bar.
L. I know more hooks than I know the actual.
Oh, it's another
I know
cop
more hooks.
out.
Nah.
Look at this shit.
Like fake names.
Bro.
Like, you know, like I know
Damn
the
it,
hooks
man.
more than the actual bars. I ain't
Freddie
gonna lie.
Gibbs, the new
Damn
50
it, man.
Cent.
But I can't say the nigga not lyrical though.
We copping, please, at the rap round. I know more hooks.
Shit so real, gotta use fake names.
Yo. Oh, shit. All right, so chat, y'all didn't watch this. I forgot to tell y'all at the top end of this, but I'm pretty sure y'all doing it anyway. Put it in the chat. Yeah, picks.
We want to know y'all picks.
For albums that you rocked with it because the beats will outlap the bars by a lot. Okay? And if you know a Freddie Gibbs bar, please put it in the
Oh,
chat.
God.
Because I don't know one.
This is
Mace
good-
doesn't know one. Deanie don't know one.
This is
Sin
a
don't know
good
one.
segment, y'all. Like me and Sin, you know, usually low key, me and Sin are usually like right in line with certain. I don't know if y'all noticed,
It's
but
a
I've noticed
synergy.
it. We usually notice this is like our Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty moment in this segment. Like, so y'all, well, we want to see y'all picks, man.
Hey, so now we've reached the point in the episode with my favorite segment of them all. The point where we interact with you guys, the people. We got the chat, but chat, don't be afraid to send us an email. You know what I mean? We got the mailbag here, and we shout you out. And we not the type that to only funnel out the good shit. We talk about the bad shit the niggas say to us too. We love it all.
We have fun with this, y'all.
So yet again, we get a long email because people are really starting to really fuck with the Rap Roundtable. We get, look, y'all can see it? Y'all
God
see
damn.
it? This is a long email. Okay? Once again, one email is dominating this segment because it's really long. Pause.
Y'all be
You
typing.
can't possibly read that whole thing.
I'm going to try. I'm not that drunk.
How many paragraphs is that?
So, Zykiel Harper.
I gotta work tomorrow. You understand that? Right?
I'm sorry. Shout out to Zykiel, though. He took the time to type it.
Yeah.
Little Bible.
He says, first of all, salute Kings. Road to 100 episodes and road to 10K subs. Love.
Appreciate it.
I understand Eminem's decline since 02, but it sounds like y'all don't even respect the man. Not true. The goal of a rapper is to sell records, have respect from his peers, have a global impact.
You already fucked up.
And most of all, having your name known for as long as you can. Whether you like his music or not, Eminem checks all of these boxes. Cinsere, you made an amazing point that you have never had the feeling of wanting to kill your mom.
Really, Sin? Wow.
Never?
That's impressive.
God bless you.
But you've also probably never had your mother purposely make you sick for welfare either. This is not me trying to get you to like his music, but just pointing out that he is worthy of respect. Also, this is a hot take. Kanye is the second greatest artist of all time behind only Michael Jackson. I am aware of Stevie Wonder's catalog and whoever else you're gonna name, but none of those people have had the pop culture in the palm of their hands like Kanye. Not only do he, 'cause that's what he said, not only does he have his albums, but the Blueprint, Common Beat, and more. And anyone that says the Beatles, Paul McCartney is alive to tell the Beatles ain't Kanye West. Wow. Once again, salute to you guys.
The Beatles.
And send it respect to the entire table. Road to 10K. So, Cindy named you, so
Bro,
you can.
I love
chime
Kanye,
in.
but that is
Heavy. That's heavy.
heavy praise.
Right.
It's a little. It's
Heavy-handed?
a bit much.
Okay.
A little heavy-handed.
Second greatest artist of all time.
Behind only Mike, like no Prince, no Stevie, no Marvin Gaye, like sheesh.
Can't make this shit up.
On the 80s
That's
roundtable,
wild.
one day y'all will hear my opinion about Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That was a long. I forgot how the shit started.
So,
'cause-
long story short, he's saying that Eminem needs to get his respect as an
Oh
all-time
yeah.
great.
But I mean,
Even if your
we
mother
did
didn't
that.
try to poison you, but
I mean, but we did that in the segment that we just put out. What was it? The Q&A.
Chips.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
What?
talked about Eminem's championships. We likening it to NBA championships
For each album.
and we gave him three and a gold medal.
Yep.
Now it just so happens that those 3 and a gold medal were right at the beginning of his career before he tore his ACL and blew out his knee.
Meniscus.
You know what I mean?
Common knowledge, though, yeah.
But it is what it is. It kind of went downhill after that. That facts is facts.
Yeah.
Even the biggest Eminem fan gotta admit that that first 3-peat plus the 8 Mile soundtrack, that was his peak.
Elite.
you've been
That's
living
it.
off of that since then.
Right.
It's a
Do you
fact.
guys want to add anything to this email? Was he wilding? Was he not wilding? Is Kanye
feel
top
like-
2 and not 2? Like, what's going on?
Go ahead, Dan.
Kanye's a bit much as far as number 2 greatest all time, but we do have to put a little more respect on Kanye's contributions to the culture, bro. Like, I know we give him his respect, but Kanye's been like instrumental in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think if Kanye wrote his bars, he'd be number 1.
Yeah.
If Kanye
that's
wrote
the
his
great
bars,
separator.
yeah, he might be the
That's
greatest.
a great time. So as far as
ever
production, as
with
far
rap.
as curating, as far as sound, as far as, like he said, hand on the culture. Like, it's not too many people that come before Ye. But and I just want to give a shout out to homie for just like for the support. You know what I'm saying? Road to 10K
Yeah,
and all
for
that.
sure.
You
Fuck
see
with you
the
for that.
vision, how we
Appreciate
see
it.
the vision, brother.
Facts.
We appreciate you.
Yes,
Do,
sir.
do we
Facts.
do we think Kanye never wrote any bars?
Nah,
No, we don't think that.
Nah, but
I
his
don't strike him for that. I
his
mean,
pen is in question, though. He got help.
and when we talking about artists, I mean, of the modern, I'm not mad at his take because of the modern artists, who would be the better, nominees than Kanye? You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like,
Checks off
he
the
lived.
boxes.
He most likely lived Kanye. We know how Marvin Gaye is from our parents, how Ray Charles is from our parents, how
Stevie.
Madonna is from VH1. Like,
Right.
that's the guy he lived, and he is one of the greatest artists ever. So I'm not
top
mad
two?
at that.
In a couple
Top
years,
two,
Drake,
I mean-
Drake
It's
will
crazy
be
to
that.
me.
That'll
Behind
be Drake in a
Michael
couple
Jackson?
years.
I mean,
I'm
some
not-
people say Michael ain't even number one. You know
not
what I
saying
mean? That's
he's
such a
not up there.
subjective opinion
Fair.
that of the handful of names that can be thrown in that pot, I'm not not mad at Kanye.
And that goes
being-
back to, you know, the difference between hate, dislike, preference, all of that.
Right.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? I see what he's saying. I'm not gonna kill him for it because he took the time to write that long ass email. So he gets bail from me. I will say that the Eminem shit, he's wildin'. You know what I mean? It is. Watch the live. Watch the Q&A.
Yeah, watch the Q&A.
He's wildin'. Kanye, I'll disagree because that's just in my nature. Top 2 behind Mike. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
He's up there.
He's up there. But we're gonna try to bring the OG mailbag back next episode with the comments and really respond to them. But the people who took the time to write these long emails, we felt like they deserve the light because they showing love. They fuck with us. And if you fuck with us, we gotta put that spotlight on you as well.
That's a fact.
Well, just one point real quick. To homie, I don't remember his name, but
Ezekiel.
Homie that
Ezekiel
wrote
Harper.
that wrote that long ass comment, and he was bragging that he only wrote it in 15 minutes. Shouts to you, bro. You should have saved 15% or more with Geico. It would have been better use of your time.
Yo.
Wow. The shit that make your soul
crazy.
burn slow.
That's
crazy.
Damn it. I was gonna just not acknowledge that guy.
Send it in rare form.
He's talking about the conspiracy theorists that we made fun of last episode who took the time to write bars out and make a whole narrative about beef that don't exist.
Meet
But
Joe
anyway,
Black? No, you go and meet Cinsere the rap snob.
with a steel chair. By God, is that sincere? Yes, it's sincere. But anyway, we are uptown. We got the homie Josh with us. We drinking a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And it's that point in time where we ask you to
Get off my lawn.
All right, man. This episode's Get Off My Lawn goes to Ice Spice.
Hey girl.
Now,
Hey girl. She's made the all hey girl team.
you beat me to it. I was gonna throw
Oh, you
out
was gonna
a
do
little
it?
hey girl.
Oh, I know.
What up, girl? All right. Now I'm not gonna
First
talk
team
about.
all hey girl.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk about the music.
First
Right.
team. MVP candidate.
Usually my focus is on, artists' music. I'm not gonna talk about her music. I'm not all the way tapped in. You know what I mean, but from what I hear and what I see, she's a young girl, young lady from the Bronx. I think she's a drill-ish artist, rapper. But it's not even about the music. I'm not a huge fan of the music, but it's more so about her business dealings and the way that she's handling her business, or her people are handling her business for her, right? So she's recently kind of blown up and gone viral, right? So she's big out here in the Twitter streets and the IG streets. And she had committed to doing some shows. She had signed on to do some shows, and her price at the time when she signed on to do these shows was $4K, right? $4K a show. All of a sudden, and this is no lie, within the last couple to several weeks, right? Definitely within the last month, she's blown up, she's gone viral, and now her management has raised her price to $13K. 14K.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
For the sake of accuracy.
Yes. Now, look. Yesterday's price is not today's price. I believe that. I believe in that, right? I respect it. But if you already committed to doing shows, you gotta honor those commitments, bro. Like, number one, how do you expect to even make relationships in this industry if you're pulling out of your commitments this early in your career? What? That's just horrible business. And second, just as in general, like, not just her, but like this generation is just way too quick to believe that they've made it. And that they're there, that you go viral one day. Listen, I went viral on Twitter. I don't think I made it anywhere. It's just a fluke, right? So just because you're an artist that suddenly blows up on social media and your name is on everybody's lips, that does not necessarily mean that you have made it. You're just hot at the moment. Right. You gotta learn from Lil Pumps. The Lil Pumps out there, you gotta learn from the 6ix9ines out there. You gotta learn from the Bobby Shmurdas out there.
There's a difference because her crowd actually lets her know. Like, you see when she's rapping.
Bobby went to jail. He was on fire.
He went to jail, but he came back and did what?
Shout out to Roddy. Shout out to Roddy.
He's been living his best life.
My overall point is y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta be patient. Y'all gotta do things the right way. You go viral and all of a sudden you go from 4 to 14K. That's crazy, man. And just respect the game, respect your commitments, respect the relationships you make. Otherwise, you gotta get off my lawn, man. That shit is crazy.
Listen. Get off my lawn. You gotta make sure that you be honorable with the people who was with you on your way up.
Facts.
That 4K show, before you went viral, that 4K was valid.
Facts.
You agreed to that 4K. The next show, 14, 20, whatever the number is. But to show I appreciate you fucking with me, you accept that 4K show. You do it because you signed the contract. You don't want to get sued. You don't want to create bad karma on your way up. So that on the go around, they can say, shout out to her. It could be either she showed love even though she was viral, or she became a dickhead because she was viral. And you never want to be the latter. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Shout out to Sim for preaching. Make sure y'all take heed to the rap snot. And if not,
putting you on game.
D need a balance. Take us home.
Yo, this is the Rap Roundtable. Y'all see the merch on the table. We coming. We are on the way. Keep your eyes peeled. Rap Roundtable merch. We got everything coming. We got hats, shirts on the way. We doing what we do. Shout out to Josh for staying here late with us. We always appreciate you, good man.
Josh.
We got dark skin Josh back. You know what I'm saying? We in the good vibe.
Josh Prime.
You know what I'm saying? Macito, voice of the young people, mouthpiece for hustlers. I'm back, motherfucker.
Appreciate you, bro.
Sincere the rap snob. Y'all hear the production. Y'all see what happens behind the scenes. Y'all know what the fuck happens. Jav, the point guard, running plays. I torpedoed your shit. My fault with Black Man.
You got like 9 turnovers tonight. But it's okay.
We gonna get it right on the next one. I am D, the balance of the force. Without powers combined, we are the Rap Roundtable. This is episode 55, and we out.
Girls you need.
Boom.
That's us.